Hi, my name is Rochelle Wise. I am the owner of RWise Design and the creator of Beauty Talk. Today we're going to talk about maintaining healthy hair underneath protective styles. I'd like to also introduce you to my panel today.
Hi, my name is Natasha Simone. I am a chef. I love to create, inspire people. I love fashion. I'm very pivotal within the fashion arena. I have a green thumb, so anything pertaining to gardening, agriculture, horticulturalism, I'm your girl. Also, if you need a great meal, anything when it comes to creating, inspiring, encouraging, hit me up.
My name is Nicole Steen of Nourishing Beauty by Jovan. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I'm also a purpose pusher, an encourager, and that's it.
Hey everybody, my name is Jessica Owens. I am a licensed cosmetologist, also a licensed cosmetologist educator, owner of Idol Hair Care, and Rochelle, thank you so much for having us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining me. So today our topic for discussion in Beauty Talk, we're going to talk about, and it's very important to me, the maintenance of healthy hair underneath protective styles. That's a pivotal point for me because a lot of times with weave or locks or braids or whatever your protective style might be, you tend to forget that your own hair needs to maintain being healthy as well. So ladies, I like to touch on that today and just get some of your views on that topic, and so we can just have a discussion about that and let me know how you feel.
I think it's a good subject because I feel like protective styles almost become a mandatory style, if that makes sense, because it's supposed to be protective, but we're not protecting our hair underneath. Mm-hmm. So now it's a mandatory weave. So if you're not protecting your edges, it's supposed to be protective, right? You take out your weave, you ain't got no edges. So now it's mandatory because you don't want nobody to see that you ain't got no edges. Yeah. And I think that sometimes when we have these stylists out there that's doing these quick fixes, you know what I mean, that just wanted to look good on the outside, not taking care of the hair on the inside, like we talked about earlier, people just want to pay their money, $40 hollers, and then we have no hair, you know. So I think that that's such a really good topic because a lot of women are not understanding what they're not getting. They think that it's actually okay that their hair is falling out with their weave, you know?
Wow, that's something.
Yeah. Like it says 100 hairs a day that you lose, not 1,000.
Right.
When you take it out.
Now let me ask you this, because I've had this experience from working with, she was actually a stylist. What happens when the weave become who you are?
Oh,
like even you never take your weave out, like you become that person when you look in the mirror. Is something wrong with that? I just need you all to help me understand, because I don't.
I think it is because as hairstylists, our job is to enhance beauty. It is not to create a whole new person. To try to make something that's not, like, if this is not you, don't try to recreate something. It's supposed to enhance the beauty. So I think that, you know, even as a hairstylist, even if you wear protective styles or weave, it's good to take that down. Let your client see what your hair looks like so they can have confidence in you, like, oh, your hair still is healthy under this sew-in or under this weave. So I think it's definitely important for you to take that down. Let them see what your hair looks like.
That's such a great point.
For me, I mean, I have short hair, but I used to have pretty long hair. And I had natural hair. I actually didn't have a relaxer or anything. So I wore a lot of protective styles. For me, what I've noticed with other women, I feel like there's nothing wrong with protective styles. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with protective styles. And I've worn them. But I think it's a cover up for a lot of women. I think it's a self-esteem issue. Sometimes some women, it goes deeper than that, because if they don't have the weave in their hair, they literally, I've seen girls literally have panic attacks. They won't go to the grocery store without the weave. And I think it's, you know, if you think about, say for instance, like makeup, take makeup for example. Okay, you put makeup on your face, But then you take it off, you got all type of bumps and blemishes and this and that, and you're not actually taking care of it. You just like, it's kind of like of your skin. Yeah. You're just masking it. I mean, because you're not actually, skincare makes the makeup look better. Yeah. You know, and you know, you put it on look like a Crunch Bar. Yeah. You know.
But see, yeah, that's true. I agree.
It makes it.
And then you can never go out and just be natural.
And it actually changes the actual complexion of your skin, because when you take it off, you look unrecognizable. Absolutely. I've seen. It was this young lady I knew. The first time I seen her without weave, my mouth just really dropped. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you say no edges at all, but she looked completely different. No makeup, and then I feel like after they wear it after a certain amount of time, for so long, they actually need to put it on. Like you become, it's like with Kimber, you got a dependency on it. Like you don't even look right without it anymore. You need it to look good.
You know what's so crazy that you say that, because I'm talking about myself, and this is a very transparent moment. I wear weave all the time, whether it's a protective style, whether it's tracks, you know what I mean? And to your point, you take it off, you be like,
who are you?
Who are you?
You be like, my hair look good. However, with the weave, it looks better.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Does it ever become an identity thing? Like, do you feel like you still know who you are?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And it's crazy because it actually became part of, like, you never know who Jessica's going to be. You never know what type of hairstyle. Like, it's not the same. Like, some women have the same weave. Mm-hmm. Like, that's because they want it to be them. They want people to think it's theirs.
That.
I don't care if you know it's weave. It's an accessory for me. I can take it off. I can put it on. Today, you see maybe these locks. Tomorrow, you may see 22 inches of hair. The next day, I may be rocking my own hair. You know, it's very versatile. But I think that that's such a great point, because it is hard to take it off and then be like, okay, I'm just going to wear this for a little while. And then you get used to the, I call it the extraness. You know what I mean?
Right.
That little extra something.
Right.
And I think women out there have to understand, like, it's okay to have short hair. That's beautiful. My hair was actually very, very short. I can now braid it, thank God. You know, it's okay to not have hair weave down your back, you know, things like that. So I think that you brought up some really, really, really good points.
It's just the fact that I was, there's a very famous hairstylist. I won't say the name, but I think she's out of Atlanta. But she makes her bread and butter off no sides, no edges, no bald spots. But she does such a good job that she reconstructs their real hair to give them the look of being presentable. For me, it's like, at what point did you see yourself losing it? Like, you kept going back to a stylist that kept putting sew-ins in, and you didn't never realize that your hair, your real hair, was coming out or breaking off, or whatever the case may be. You were developing bald spots or whatever. So I'm just trying to understand that when do you realize that it's a problem, that you become the weave?
I don't think some people know, especially if they're serial weave wearers. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
that's
I feel like
serial.
Yeah, I feel like as long as you got enough hair to braid to put the weave on it, they don't know, because they don't see themselves, if that makes sense. They're only taking it off in the salon to get it redone.
So what do you do when they have, like, let me tell you my experience. I never would do it again. I went to go get some braids, I want to say a few years ago, right before I kind of transitioned to short hair, but I had more than I did, so I just kind of got the middle, the top braid. And I went to the Africans, and let me tell you something.
The African.
It was so tight. I had to tell the day she was braiding it so tight. And I kind of looked back, because at that moment, I love beauticians who care about hair care as well. I don't want you to braid my hair or do my hair just so it looks presentable. Literally to the point where, I want to say a week later, I had whole braids coming out of my hair because it was so tight. Yeah. So at that point, it makes me think about the girls that has no edges. Like, you can't tell me you don't know you got your whole side of your edge is missing. You know, at what point do you like, are you, and me, I look at the beautician too, because I feel like you do not have a good beautician that will constantly keep styling your hair and not stop to say, let's work on the hair care. Let's treat your hair. Let's get this together first before. It's like getting bleached or color. And they say, okay, this is the condition of your hair. We can't put this color in right now. You don't just put it in trying to get some money. Then you put the color in, bleach it, and the whole hair, the hair falls out. What do you do?
Yeah, but that's the difference between a hair care specialist and just a stylist. A stylist is just going to give you a style. A hair care specialist is going to say, oh, okay, you know what? Your hair is too weak to take this color right now. Let's build up your strength. Let's give you some protein treatments. Let's get your hair healthy. Then we can go in and do some color. But that depends on the stylist. And, you know, everybody's different. So you want to search and look around for a stylist. Also, what's important is to build a relationship with your stylist. A relationship is not that you just go sit in their chair every 2 weeks and you get a blow dry and you out the door. A relationship is, let's talk about what's going on outside of your hair. Like, are you eating healthy? Are you doing things? Yeah, drinking enough water, because all that plays a factor in your hair, hair growth, how much it grows and everything. So
can I throw a topic out there?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I know that this is probably going to be.
Go ahead, do it.
How about the stylists that tell you to come shampoo?
Okay, what is that about?
That's a new era that's going
What
on.
is that?
Yeah.
So I don't. That's a thing?
That's a thing, girl.
No, that is for a lot of
That is a
salons.
thing.
That when you get installments, you have to come shampoo. Well, from my experience, like I know someone who does extensions. Now I don't look. If I'm paying you all this money, you need to wash my hair.
Yeah.
But I have seen experiences where stylists have experienced where a lot of the young ladies, they have the weave in for so long. Literally, they don't wash it, they don't take it out, they haven't. And so when they come into the stylist for a change, it's so nasty, disgusting, and matted. And the stylist is looking, this is unsanitary, because as a stylist, I probably wouldn't touch it either. Either you take it out. So I have heard those stories of people that have keep it in for 6 months or even longer. I knew a young lady who kept it in longer, and you come in and you expect the beautician to go through all that, and you got all this matted up and it's stink and it's like build up. So then what do you do?
And it's actually unhealthy.
Yeah.
It is very unhealthy. I think for me, one of the most important parts when I was behind the chair was the relationship with the client. But the shampoo part is where you connect. And also, you know what you're putting in their hair. And if my tools are going in your hair, I need to know what I'm using. I don't need for you to be using some Alpha-G or, you know what I'm saying, some mane and tail or whatever.
I would never tell them to come in shampoo, but I will tell them to take their hair down.
That's fine. Even if they shampoo it first.
Right.
You may have so much buildup. Like, there's been times where, we're stylists. We've seen other stylists. But it's maybe times where I wash my hair, too. I know I'm getting another shampoo, but I just need to get in there and do that pre-work for you. That is absolutely fine. Right. Take the hair down, whatever.
But you want to at least shampoo it. I get the shampoo part. Yeah.
Yeah, and you do build a relationship at that bowl or wherever. My relationships are built when I cape you up and you're sitting in the chair. That's where the conversation opens up. What are you looking for? Because here's the thing for me. I don't mind pictures, but don't expect to look like a celebrity. Like, if you bring me a picture, you're going to look like who you are and the style that you show me. I'm going to give you the style that you show me the picture, but you're not going to look like the celebrity. So don't sit in the chair. And I have to say this all the time. I just said it to a young lady last week. She come pulling up a picture in her phone. I was like, okay, I got it. I got the cut. I got everything. But be sure you're going to look like who you are when you leave out with that style. That's a big problem.
But not only that, I think that when you look at a picture, there's so much more. The head shape comes into play. The texture of your hair. How, you know what I'm saying? If your hair is thin, you cannot expect somebody to make you look like Shaka Khan. Like, that's unrealistic. And then, too, we're not robots.
Nicole, the mindset, you would not believe. I have an Instagram account for my hair, but I don't function off Instagram account. My thing is, if you tell me what you want, whether it's color or shortcut or whatever, we're going to work on that goal. But Instagram accounts where ladies sit down and shop for, oh, I want my hair like this, I want my hair like that. I get it. We can do something, similar to that. Yes, but you're not going to be that person. Like, where's the thought process? I struggle with that a lot because I get that in my chair a lot.
Yeah, and because they're not Beyonce and don't look like Beyonce, you gave them exact color cut that Beyonce had, but they still upset. Like,
yeah.
Listen, I cannot make miracles with 5 strands of hair. Like, what do y'all expect? It's not. I will try, but we not miracle workers. We try our best.
Well, I do totally understand the healthy hair. I'd rather your hair be healthy. That way, if a style doesn't look good, say you're sew-in, your goal is to get a sew-in with maybe blue hair at the top, black or purple or whatever. But my thing is, if you get that style and you're not happy with it, at least your real hair is healthy. So you can always go back to that. So that's me as a hairstylist. I'd rather keep it healthy and you flexible with wearing protective styles or not. And then you can rock your own hair after that when you take the protective style out. But don't become the protective style. Exactly. Be who you are in your own beauty. And so that's, to me, what we're here to talk about.
Want to be featured on the next episode or series of Beauty Talk? Follow RWise Design on Facebook and Instagram for updates, cast additions, and stay tuned for the next episode.